Hello, financial futures community. I've got some incredible news for you today. The Child Tax Credit Expansion Bill has successfully passed through the House of Representatives, a significant milestone on its journey to becoming law. Now, it's heading to the Senate, where, as we know, things tend to move swiftly. Once President Biden signs it, we're looking at a done deal. What makes this news even more exciting is that the child tax credit expansion is going to be retroactive, affecting tax year 2023. This means additional money is on the horizon for the parents of over 16 million children. Yes, that's additional money coming your way as part of your tax refund. Now, I know some of you might have already filed your tax returns with the old rules. No need to panic, the IRS has your back. If you're entitled to more money due to these changes, the IRS will automatically correct your tax return. You won't have to file an amendment or take any extra steps. It's as seamless as it gets. Let me break it down with an example to make it crystal clear. If you've already filed and, let's say, you're getting a $2,000 tax refund with direct deposit set up, and then this bill passes, and you become entitled to an additional $400, here's what happens. You'll get your original $2,000 by direct deposit, and a few weeks later, the IRS will send you a physical check for the extra $400. Simple, right? Now, for those of you who haven't filed yet, especially after President Biden signs the bill, there's even better news. The tax software will update automatically, reflecting the new rules. So if you prepare your tax return with the new rules, you won't have to wait for a check. It'll show the correct amount from the start. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comments below. I'm here to help you navigate through this exciting development. Now, let's talk about some additional details surrounding the situation. The bill expands the child tax credit, meaning more money for parents based on factors like the number of kids, income, and filing status. Interestingly, the contentious issue of increasing the SALT tax deduction got dropped during the process. The Democrats from high tax states gave up on this fight, acknowledging that they'll tackle it in a separate bill. As expected, Speaker of the House Johnson had to rely on House Democrats to pass the bill, given the lack of full support from Republicans. Now, it heads to the Senate, and rumors of fierce opposition are floating around. But let's be real, the corporations want this, and $40 billion is on the line for them. Trust me, the Senate is not going to let this opportunity slip away. In conclusion, they pulled it off. When I first shared this information back in December, some were skeptical, but here we are. It passed in the House, and I'll keep you updated on the Senate and President Biden's moves. Let's jump into our next topic. I've got some breaking news for you straight from the Federal Reserve. They've just announced that they will not be raising interest rates today. Now, to me, this signals the end of raising interest rates in this economic cycle. But what comes next is even more intriguing: interest rate cuts. Let's dive into the details. The official announcement has been released, and we're eagerly awaiting the press conference, set to begin in about 30 minutes. After that, I'll be condensing the 50-minute press conference into a power-packed 7-minute highlight reel, breaking down the crucial points for you. The Federal Reserve is boldly declaring victory against inflation. This victory means they're gearing up for interest rate cuts, and they're not being shy about it. The official projection in their Summary of Economic Projections (SEP) mentions 3 interest rate cuts this year. Now, here's where it gets wild. The market expectation is that the first cut might happen as soon as the next meeting on March 20, less than 2 months away. The market is giving it a 64% chance of happening at that meeting. My take? March might be too soon. If not, the subsequent meeting on May 1 SD is just 3 months away. Going into this press conference, there's a whopping 96% chance that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates by May 1 St. These probabilities might shift after the press conference, so stay tuned for updates. Now, why is the Federal Reserve even considering interest rate cuts when the recent GDP number came in at a strong 3.3%? Great question. The answer lies in their belief that higher interest rates are unnecessary. With PC inflation, their preferred measure, at 2.9%, they fear that higher rates could harm the economy more than help it. The potential downside risk? The labor market. If rates are too high, it could hurt businesses, hiring, and potentially trigger a recession, as seen in 21 and 27. This is crucial because lower interest rates don't just impact the economy, they affect everything from mortgages to business loans to credit cards. It's a game changer for the financial landscape. So, to wrap it up, the Federal Reserve is done raising interest rates, and cuts are on the horizon. The first cut might be around the corner, potentially in March. This is just the beginning. The Fed plans to cut rates even more next year. I'll be back with the highlights and explanations after the press conference. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. Wishing you all a fantastic day.